Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. And just like that, Bitcoin is back above the coveted six-figure mark, right above 100,000 at the time of the live stream. Welcome, everybody. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis and everything you need to know in Bitcoin, including some breaking news. U.S. Treasury Department releases a report calling Bitcoin digital gold. Game time, gentlemen. Also, quoting Max Kaiser, first day in Abu Dhabi. I'm reminded of the time in 2012 I declared Bitcoin was Sharia law, compliant on a talk show broadcasting from South Africa. Flash forward to now. The Muslim world is minutes away from a massive global Bitcoin FOMO, and the global oil market is worth $3 trillion. Also, Bukele discovers $3 trillion worth of gold in El Salvador. Thy savior. Dig up that gold. Trade it for the biddy. Game on, yo. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin choppiness index hints at 110,000, next likely target, as well as the Czech Republic government moves to exempt crypto held for 3 years or longer from being taxed. Zero capital gains tax for the 3-year hodlers. Bring it. Also, CoffeeZilla calls out the insane headlines about the Hawk Tua meme coin extravaganza. We'll also be discussing medical tech firm Semler Scientific adds 303 more Bitcoin to their corporate Bitcoin treasury holdings, as well as one catalyst which will trigger a Bitcoin explosion to $1 million per coin, as per CryptoQuant CEO. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more, family, right here on Sat Stack and Saturday in today's show. If you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes and subscribe. It's free to do so. Then hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts 7 days a week, just like this. Today is pod episode 1841. I'm your fearless host, JV. Today is December 7, 2024. Bitcoin is in the red, but it's above 100,000. I don't mind Bitcoin in the red at above 100,000. Let's send that mofo to 200K, shall we, ladies and gents? But anyways, let's kick off the show with our market watch as we do each and every day. Here on Coin 360, you can see Bitcoin pulling back, but still above 100,300. We have XRP in the green, up 6%, trading at $2.52. We got Ether recently broke above 4,000 for the first time in a very long time. Doge is up 5%. Pepe is up like 11%. And BNB barely in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, you can see the 100K celebration. Let's go. We're currently sitting at 3.69 trillion market cap, amongst the highest we have seen it, marching towards 400 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap is on the cusp of reclaiming 2 trillion, which is the current all-time high we recently achieved as well when we hit the 104 all-time high 3 days ago. And as far as Bitcoin dominance, 53.8%. Checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. The infamous Pepe leading the pack, up 19%, virtually trading at nothing. We have BitGet token up 16%, trading at $2.78. And Floki, it's like meme coin city here, up 12%, followed by Whiff, Peanut the Squirrel, etc. If you're bullish on any of these alts, holla at your boy and let me know which ones. And checking out the crypto bubbles. We get a visual perspective on the daily, and then we'll zoom it out for the monthly. And shout out to Fruits and Veggies. He just joined the HODL gang. We greatly appreciate the support, especially all of our members of the channel. And as you can see, the majority of the market currently in correction mode with some, maybe a handful of gainers you can see on your screen. And zooming out on the monthly, virtually everything in the green. I mean, for Christ's sake, Peanut the Squirrel is up 1,346%. XRP, 354%. Algo, 317%. HBAR, 559%. XLM, 386%. The Sandbox, 246%. And Cardano, 200%, multiple 100% gainers. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Today, we're 75 in greed. I believe it's one number above. We'll be back in extreme greed before you know it. Yesterday was a 72, last week an 84, and last month a 77. And checking out the time chain calendar, ladies and gents. We're currently 176,000 blocks away from the next halving in 2028. And we're currently on block 873,676. And you can currently receive 997 sats per dollar. So we're less than 1,000 sats per dollar. You may never be able to receive 1,000 or more sats per dollar ever again. This number is just going to continue to dwindle as the dollar continues to hyperinflate against the biddy. Let's go. But anyways, let's dive right into today's technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies, shall we? Headline reads, Bitcoin rally to continue until the end of 2025. Could you imagine one more entire year of pure bullishness? I sure can. Bitcoin hit the historic 100,000 milestone yet again here today. Bitcoin surpassed 100 for the first time on December 6th. I think that's off. We actually passed 100 3 days ago because we captured it. It was December 4th. How inaccurate are these articles I read? Cointelegraph, please step up your game. But I digress. The historic peak comes despite sluggish performance across the other major global assets. And over the past month, the Bitcoin price surged 32%, while oil dropped 6%. The S&P fell 1%, and gold declined 1%. Take that, Peter Schiffmeister. Bitcoin's rally against other global assets is a promising signal for Bitcoin investors, bolstering analysts' expectations that the current bull rally will last until the end of 2025. The euphoria stage is amongst us, fam. Bitcoin has entered the euphoria stage based on the long-term hodler net unrealized profit loss metric. This could extend Bitcoin's rally until the end of 2025, according to Quinton. Quoting him here, Bitcoin is entering the euphoria stage. You have a maximum of 12 months before the cycle top. Bada boom, bada bing. Now, this metric is used to measure whether the overall Bitcoin metric is at a state of profit or loss based on the difference between the unrealized profit and the unrealized loss amongst the Bitcoin hodlers. Another promising sign for the Bitcoin trajectory is the all-time high, which came despite a backdrop of the global liquidity. Quoting analyst James Coutts from Real Vision, Bitcoin has hit new all-time highs in the face of a deteriorating liquidity backdrop. If conditions worsen, the rally, while euphoric, can only last for a limited time. If conditions ease from here, then a pullback is warranted. But then off we go again. Same-o-ish, dog, just another day. A potential bottom in the global M2 liquidity, an estimate of all the cash for the short-term bank deposits, also suggests that Bitcoin may extend the rally in the short term before the potential correction. Let me know your thoughts. And based on the correlation with the liquidity index, Bitcoin is set for a local top above 110,000, which we'll be diving in deeper into a little later. And that's according to Raoul Pal, founder of Global Macro Investor. And some breaking news, and this is a big one. I saw this all over X this morning. The United States Treasury Department releases a report calling Bitcoin digital gold. Quoting the report here, primary use case for Bitcoin seems to be a store of value, aka digital gold. In a decentralized finance world, speculative interest seems to have played a prominent role in the growth of digital tokens thus far. And Max Kaiser shared this. He's in Abu Dhabi right now. He's speaking at that big event this week. But he wrote, first day in Abu Dhabi, I'm reminded of the time in 2012 I declared Bitcoin was Sharia law compliant on a talk show broadcasting from South Africa. No riba, same as gold. Flash forward to now, the Muslim world is minutes away from massive global Bitcoin FOMO, like a mofo, as the global oil market is worth $3 trillion. We may get a big announcement from this event here this weekend. So all ears and eyes glued to Max here. So hoping for some big breaking revolutionary news from the Middle East. That Saudi money all flowing into the biddy. Global hash wars in full effect, family. And let's pull up some of the live charts. We'll do a little live chart action Jackson for the broskies. Of course, we always do the TA. So here we go. Looking at some of the live charts, and again, welcome, brethren, just joining the live stream. We're currently sitting just above 100,300. Any day above 100K is a beautiful day. Gary Gensler didn't even have to wear his toupee. I had to say it was a good day. We're looking at a 1 minute chart. Let's get some perspective, shall we? We'll zoom out to the 1 hour. This is live and in the flesh via TradingView via Coinbase, the largest exchange here in the States. You can see we're starting to march back north, which I like to see. Again, that's the 1 hour chart. No particular targets. If we get a particular target, I'll read it out loud for you. Checking out the 4 hour, which past couple of days we had a target of 110. Today, the target on the 4 hour, 108. My correction, I think that it was 108 yesterday. Same today. We do have a bullish pennant formation, looking very bullish on the 4 hour chart, as you can see, as we're inching closer and higher to price discovery. Zooming out on the daily chart. As you can see here, big green candle for yesterday, forming another green candle here today as we continue marching north. Zooming out from the daily, take a quick look at the weekly, and we'll be able to see that cup and handle target still in play, as you can see on your screen. Look how much bullish momentum we've had in the weekly chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 of the 6 most recent candles were green weekly candle closes. And just this week, we had the highest weekly candle close of all time, the highest monthly candle close, for the month of November. And we're still in the bull. We're still in the thick of it. December here in Q4. And zooming out from the weekly, we'll check out the monthly. Take a quick look here. Monthly chart, also a lot of bullish momentum. One of the biggest, if not the biggest, I believe, candle close as far as fiat value is concerned. We jumped roughly $30,000 in the month of November. And here we are in December, continuing the pump where we left off. So there you have it, yo. Bitcoin choppiness index hints at 110K in play, but it may be tough to crack. I disagree. I think it'll crack it effortlessly, but hey, what do I know? Bitcoin hitting new all-time highs near 104 this week. No, precisely 104 on Coinbase. We witnessed it live and in the flesh here on the stream on the 4th. With liquidations nearing $1 billion in 24 hours, traders received the classic reminder of just how volatile the crypto markets can be. Can you say Rex City? Be careful trading with leverage. I know it's very tempting, of course, but be careful out there. A lot of y'all getting wrecked. CryptoQuant now sees a different short-term price. Boring Bitcoin price action. Nothing boring about 6 figures, but I digress. Quoting him here, the 14-day choppiness index is in an early zone, showing corrective moves during the consolidation. This choppiness index demonstrates the Bitcoin is now embarking on a cooling off period after the flash volatility. Well, one thing, common sense, we did climb roughly $30,000 in the past month. That's pretty impressive. I think it's the highest fiat gain we've ever had in a month, in a 30-day period. So naturally, it makes sense to cool off, but you just never know when you're in price discovery. That's the reality. Jack. Now, this metric uses a scale of 0 to 100, with the higher values indicating choppier market conditions. The low value conversely points to the trending market, up and down. Crossing the 60 level from below the 30 level from above represents events of interest. Traders are eyeing the potential switch from choppy to trending. Vice versa as well. Daily CI measured 56.7 at this time per data shared by TradingView after hitting the highest level since mid-August. Quoting the analyst here, one thing to take into account is the time factor of the consolidation. In the 2020-2021 cycles, there were 20 days of downtime, and in the consolidation since March, the average decline was 20 days. The greater the consolidation, the greater the rise. You're damn right. Now check this out. What a longer consolidation period should result in a more violent return for the trend for the short term. The Bitcoin bulls may see frustratingly slow progress on price discovery. And considering likely price targets once this happens, the Percival, how do I say this word? Percival, use both, and that's the metric we've been discussing, market psychology and the profitability of speculative traders as a guide. Now, specifically, the short-term hodlers, entities holding coins for up to 155 days, start to see profit landmarks at 110 Gs to 120. These levels broadly correspond to the standard deviations on the indicator measuring their aggregate realized price. Quoting them again, looking at the realized price of the short-term hodlers, we can market possible levels of strong resistance that we will encounter. The first level will be 110 to plus 1.5 SD, a considerable profit zone for the short-term hodlers. As traders connect to the psychological numbers, the 120,000 has a very impactful psychological and emotional charge. That's just hilarious. And being a value within 2 SD makes this floor deeper consolidation camp. This is why I consider this all astrology for the broskies. I mean, of course, there's a psychological, emotional impact at 120, but who's to say we don't have that same emotional, psychological impact at 100 or 110 or 130 or 140 or 150? Maybe because it's just an even number, but I digress, broskies. You see the point. It's all astrology at the end of the day. But hey, even astrology has a lot of truth to it. You read the stars. Nostradamus was a master. You know what I mean? We have Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet. He can just go to sleep, astral travel, access the Akashic records, and predict the future. Phenomenal. But not many of us can do that. I remember Miss Cleo as a child with the fake Jamaican accent in the infomercials, scamming, just like the Haktua girl, rug pull, bada boom, bada bing. Unacceptable. But this is the life we live. This is why we stack thy biddy, and that's why we elected a new chairman of the SEC, and you're looking at him. So yeah, the Czech government moves to exempt crypto held for 3+ years from being taxed. I pray Trump does something similar. That would change the game here in the States, in my opinion. But anyways, all eyes on the Czech Republic, who reported the country is moving to pass legislation allowing residents to bypass taxes on selling their crypto after holding it for more than 3 years. In a new post, they said they measure, backed by the Chamber of Deputies member, they would guarantee that if you hold crypto for more than 3 years, any sale would be exempt from capital gains tax. I think this is brilliant because it trains you to hodl, which is what we all want at the end of the day. Hodl be thy name. In addition, taxpayers would not be required to report the transactions valued at less than 100,000 koruna, which is roughly 4,200 USD. That's epic as well. I'm all for that. This means that, for example, buying coffee with Bitcoin will no longer be a tax transaction. And guess what? It should not be. And in my opinion, it won't be in the future because it's, in my opinion, retarded. But anyways, Czech lawmaker said that the Chamber of Deputies had approved the time and value conditions for the law after the December 6th reading. And the press conference after the parliamentary session, the spokesperson said that the tax amendments were intended to be implemented as part of the Europe's market in crypto assets for the regulatory framework. And today we have taken an important step so that crypto businesses in the Czech Republic can function and continue to develop. Amen. And in many countries, trading or selling one's crypto requires the user to report the transactions to the local tax authorities, often incurring a capital gains tax. For example, in the US, depending upon the crypto user's income, that tax could be between 15 and 20%, really depends upon the state in which you live at. Now, Italy's government had been planning to increase the capital gains tax on crypto. Boo! And I'm Italian. It just makes me feel bad for my Italian brethren. Unacceptable. What's going on in Italy? Who the hell wants that? 42%? Hell no. Everyone's just going to move to the Czech Republic or to Puerto Rico or to Bitcoin country in El Salvador. Unacceptable, Italy. I do not condone this raising of the taxes. If anything, eliminate the taxes or keep the taxes the same. But to up them is just like spitting in all your residents' faces, and you're ultimately stifling innovation. All the crypto bros in Italy are going to come join JV in Puerto Rico. That's just what you're going to do. Anyways, I just hope Trump does something similar for taxes. I've heard the rumors. We haven't heard it come out of Trump's mouth. But if they made the United States of America virtually the Bitcoin Mecca, as Trump says, they want to make the United States the Bitcoin mining capital of the world. Well, if they can make zero capital gains tax, like Bukele announced in Bitcoin country, holy moly, think about all the people who will embrace Bitcoin in the United States. Be a game changer. Everyone needs to know what's going on with the Haktua. So yeah, CoffeeZilla calls out the insane headlines about the Haktua meme coin. Let me know if you guys watched it. The same day Bitcoin hit the 104 current all-time high, they had this launch which allegedly went to a $500 million market cap. Then within 20 minutes, the developers rugged it, and a lot of people lost a lot of money, unfortunately. But here you go. YouTube investigator CoffeeZilla. Let me know if you guys follow Coffee. He's entertaining. I like him. Fun to watch his videos. Has called for the end of the spread of misleading headlines about Haley Welch, also known as the Haktua Girl, following the controversial launch of her meme coin, Hawk. He says, can y'all stop these insane headlines? She didn't rug for $500 million. She didn't profit $50 million. So let's actually break down what she did get paid, because it's all public knowledge. Her lawyer or whoever responded to Coffee's questions, and I know that because I got some updates from Coffee when I was like analyzing all this shit. But nonetheless, Coffee claimed the team behind the meme coin pre-sold a few million to strategic advisors who allegedly sold early before the tokens got sniped. It comes after the December 5th launch of her meme coin, sparking outrage across social media as the newly launched token briefly pumped and dumped. Go figure. What did I say? There's never been a successful celebrity meme coin launch. They all get rug pulled because the celebrity is not a genius who is in crypto. It's just a celebrity with an audience. And then the scammers connect and do all the whatever, the entire project. Haktua Girl knows nothing about crypto. She's 22 and got famous for spitting on a penis. Or let me correct that. For talking about, obviously. But I digress. Here's what Coffee wrote. Can y'all stop these insane headlines? She didn't rug for 500 million. She didn't profit 50 million. The team pre-sold a few million to strategic investors. So ultimately what happened, the developers profited a few million and she allegedly got paid just above $100,000 according to her own lawyer, $125,000 as pointed out right there. That's not a lot of money. So she probably got scammed too by these stupid developers, but she was stupid enough to trust them because you don't know what you don't know. That's crypto for you, bro. He said it's currently unknown where all the profits from the transaction fee. And isn't it just sad? She sold out her audience who lost millions for $125,000. The scammers made the millions. She only made $125,000 and allegedly supposed to get 50% of the profit. But who knows? I highly doubt she even receives that because it's just shady from the get-go. So yeah, she isn't being sued yet, but we all know lawsuits will come into play, as with all the celebrity meme coins, the same thing, nothing new under the sun. So it comes as United States law firm Berwick Law said on December 5th, victims of the launch should contract a law firm for their legal rights. Here's my insights. If you were, and excuse my French, I mean, I'm old school, and when I grew up, the word retarded was like commonly used. I know it's like not politically correct anymore, but I'm old school, and I don't like being censored, so I still use the word, so yeah, I mean, if it offends you, my apologies. Every once in a while, someone will be like, JV, you can't use that word. It's insulting to, and I understand that logic as well. But I'm not making fun of them. I'm making fun of the idea. If you were stupid enough to invest your life savings into a meme coin by a woman who just got her fame a few months ago from a retarded interview where she talking about fellatio, you kind of deserve it. You know what I mean? Because you probably only joined to get rich quick. You probably figured, well, if I put this money or crypto into this, maybe I can 2, 3, 4, 5 hawk to 100x that thing, right? So greed. You got rug pulled because of greed. So you pretty much deserved it. But nonetheless, it's sad. And that's what plagues crypto and gives crypto a bad name. It's just the reality. Pump it up. We got 2 more stories first, and we'll also do some live Q&A. Next story of the day. Medical tech firm Semler Scientific adds 303 Bitcoin to its corporate Bitcoin treasury. That's right. Medical tech and software company Semler Scientific continues to stash up the biddies since copying MicroStrategy's Bitcoin treasury strategy. We call it the sailor put round here. Semler Scientific chairman and founder Eric Semler says the California-based firm just bought an additional 303 biddies for the crypto trove. The development comes as Semler Scientific sees significant gains in its Bitcoin yield, a metric the company uses to track the success of its Bitcoin strategy. Quoting them here, Semler Scientific has acquired 303 Bitcoin for $29.3 million at $96,779 per biddy and has generated a Bitcoin yield of 54.7% quarter to date and 78.7% since adopting our Bitcoin treasury strategy back in May. Semler says that it bought Bitcoin using the proceeds from the sale of its shares in its at-the-market offering. With recent purchase, the company now holds 1,873 of the biddy, which was bought for $147 million at $78,500 per Bitcoin. Bitcoin's currently trading now above $100,000. The current all-time high we achieved 3 days ago. We captured it live on stream, sitting at 104, which is currently price discovery. And hopefully, broskies, we can break above it here today on Stack and Saturday. Meanwhile, MicroStrategy is still the largest corporate hodler of the biddy, currently holding now over 402,100 Bitcoin bought at an average price of $58,263. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin stash now represents almost 2% of the total Bitcoin supply. I know their personal goal of Michael Saylor is to get 5% of the circulating supply, which would mean roughly 1 million Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Now for our featured story of the day. This one catalyst could trigger Bitcoin explosion to 1 million per coin, according to the CryptoQuant CEO. So let's break this down. We'll start with the tweet right here. By the time Bitcoin hits 1 million, its market cap will surpass gold. And I believe right now it's here it says actually 17.8 trillion. So in 2024, before the gold E-tests were approved, gold's market cap was only 1 trillion. Let that sink in. Today it's 17.8 trillion. So if we assume gold's intrinsic value as a precious metal is 1 trillion, then around 16.8 trillion represents its demand as a safe haven asset and as a hedge against inflation. Bitcoin's current market cap is just shy of 2 trillion. It can go up 750% if gold demand shifts to the biddy. And considering the inflation, Bitcoin reaching 1 million isn't about if it will happen. The question is when. It's about when. People will start discussing the gold flipping within 5 years. So my question for the fam, when do you think the Bitcoin market cap will flip gold? And do you agree Bitcoin will be above $1 million per coin by the time that happens? I agree with that sentiment 100%. So let's dive a little deeper into this. Here you go. The chief executive of the crypto intelligence firm CryptoQuant is identifying the one catalyst that will send Bitcoin to $1 million price tag. That doesn't even factor in the strategic Bitcoin reserve for the United States of America and the pension funds, the state adoption, nation state adoption. You know what I mean? Bitcoin country over in El Salvador. That doesn't factor in the oil money, the Saudis, Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and the rest of the world. You already know, family. So anyways, he says that by the time Bitcoin reaches $1 million, it'll have overtaken gold. I agree with that. And according to the analysts, the King Crypto reaching 9 figures is inevitable as investor demand shifts from gold to the Bitcoin. Now, obviously, we just hit 6 figures. We're at 6 figures right now at the time of the live stream. 7 figures is a 10x. And then another 10x is 8 figures. Another 10x, we got 9 figures. Before you know it, well, 10x to 10 figures. Let's go. So quoting him here, in 2004, before the gold ETFs were approved, the gold market cap, a simple 1 trillion. Today, it's close to 18 trillion. So again, assuming gold's intrinsic value as the precious metal is just 1 trillion, then at around 17 trillion, it represents the demand as a safe haven and as a hedge against inflation. And I shared big breaking news with you earlier in the show. This is official. The United States Treasury Department released a report calling Bitcoin digital gold. It's official. So now you got nation state adoption. You got the leader of the free world embracing the biddy. Game on, gentlemen. That's all I'm going to say. Continuing with his quote, Bitcoin's current market cap is 2 trillion. If it can go up 750%, if gold demand shifts into the biddy. And shout out to the Oracle. Always appreciate gifted memberships on the stream. Congratulations, Duality Crypto. You've just been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel on behalf of the Oracle. Considering inflation, Bitcoin reaching 1 million isn't about if it'll happen, it's about when. People will start discussing gold flipping in within 5 years. We're discussing it right now. He also goes on to note that a Bitcoin has yet to form a bubble despite reaching the 100,000 milestone for the first time. Quoting him again, fresh capital is fueling the biddy. As the realized cap grew, the ceiling price increased from 129 to 146,000 in 30 days. And at 102, it is far from a bubble. It would need a 43% surge to hit the threshold, often considered a bubble. So there you go, yo. Let me know your thoughts with the CryptoQuant CEO. When do you think we'll likely hit the million target? Do you think we will flip gold by then? And what are your thoughts on the United States of America adopting a strategic Bitcoin reserve, which is the big talk here in the markets? And what do you think about Middle Eastern countries such as Abu Dhabi, etc., adopting Bitcoin? Right now, Max Kaiser is speaking at the big event out there in the Middle East, and he said, be prepared for a big announcement, so we'll be watching. And there you have it. Welcome, everyone, to the Q&A segment of the live stream. And there you have it. The Oracle just gifted another membership. This gong strike is for you, and congratulations, Dark Memes. You've just been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. JC, please pick up your phone. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. And just like that, we just converted today's pod into a pump watch. How do you like that? We call that Bitcoin Alchemy, family. Welcome, everyone, to the live stream. We got 2,400 people here. We got the Nippinator in the building, new chairman of the SEC. We're pumping. Every day pumping above 100 Gs is a beautiful thing.